This is fair use, fair use. I do not get paid or benefit from none of these videos. According to the Act 1976 Act, this is only for educational purposes only. So, thank you.
An evangelical street preacher says a Brandon, Mississippi law barring him from public property violated his religious freedom and right to free speech. After lower courts blocked him from challenging the law, the U.S. Supreme Court takes up a procedural question that could set a precedent for future free speech disputes.
I made some mistakes.
At the Brandon Amphitheater, concerts draw big audiences.
I love to go out and tell folks about Jesus.
Olivier sees those crowds as an opportunity to share his faith.
They hand out gospel tracts to people and tell them about the message of Christ as they're walking to the concert.
After complaints that he spoke too loud and shouted insults, the city used a local ordinance ordering Olivier to stay within a designated protest area around the amphitheater. When he returned to the main walkway, authorities cited, fined, and gave him a suspended 10-day jail sentence.
They refer to it as a protest and a demonstration. And of course, evangelism really doesn't amount to those things. So by utilizing these vague terms, in practicality and in application, it really becomes a situation where the city removes and silences a speech that they don't like.
Olivier didn't appeal because that would have only challenged the conviction, not the ordinance. Instead, he sued to prevent the city from using the law again. Lower courts threw it out, however, saying he used a process meant for only people in custody. Since Olivier served no time, his lawyer sought no other recourse.
Religious liberty really is front and center of this issue, and the reason is because this guarantee that we have to freely exercise our religion, this guarantee that we have to share our faith to fellow citizens in public, really is meaningless if we don't have the opportunity to protect those rights in court.
The city of Brandon disagrees, and in a statement to CBN News, the city's attorney writes, the petitioner was convicted under a municipal ordinance and elected not to utilize any of the mechanisms available under Mississippi law to challenge it. Instead, while on probation, he collaterally attacked his criminal judgment through a civil tort lawsuit that requested monetary damages and attorney's fees, among other relief. Both the district court and the Fifth Circuit rejected the petitioner's subversion of state law.
Jesus is the answer.
Free speech advocates believe the case raises a broader concern over the use of designated protest zones to limit public expression and local government's power to control speech in public spaces.
If they can limit your free speech in a public park, then they have, really taken away a fundamental right. And it just becomes more and more restrictive.
The justices will not rule on whether Brandon's ordinance violates the First Amendment, only whether Olivier still has standing to sue after his conviction and whether people not in jail can challenge a law before it's used again. The ruling could redefine when citizens can fight local laws they believe go too far. A decision is expected later this term. In Washington, Tara Mergener.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone that rule well and teach the truth. And shalom to the whole elect, scattered on the four corners of the earth. That's also praise in the names of Yahweh, Shemiah, Rashah, and true sincerity. To you, I want to say shalom. There's a brother Nakar come back with another edifying lesson, Lord willing, as well as be exalting. And you see the first clip, 3 minutes of the video. Now, this is let's talk about outlawing street preaching in general, but we all know that them wacky Christians, they don't got the juice. They don't really understand the scriptures of the Bible. But this main thing is towards the end, as you can hear, they said that talking about it, trying to outlaw it, anywhere now, because it becoming a more and more growing problem. You see what I'm saying? To most people, they just hurt and cut by the word. Now, I'm speaking for the behalf of the brothers who preach the true gospel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no fucking the mother weirdos who thinking the Trinity Christian. I meant to clarify this. When I say that the Bible's gonna be outlawed, people gonna still have their Bibles, right? But I'm talking about for the truth. The truth ain't gonna be able to go out no more, because that's what I meant to add. If I didn't add it already, or say that, you see what I'm saying? Not to cause confusion. You see what I'm saying? So the Bible gonna still be here, but the truth is gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be able to preach on the street or even post videos on YouTube, because to the point that they keep flacking them down, like they're doing already. They flacking down a lot of brothers channels down, just like that, without even questioning. So that's what I mean. But Shalom, Lord willing, the SN edifying. All who don't have the truth, all right? But let's leave it to here. I'll go to Hebrews 4:12. It's at the KJV version. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing center of soul, and the spirit and joints marrows, and it is a discern of thoughts and intent of the heart. So, when we out there preaching the true gospel of Yahweh Shemel Shah, people are really cut by the word. They're not cut by no damn JC word. You see what I'm saying? People will walk past that bullshit and probably praise that bullshit. But when we out there, the Hebrew Israelites that's preaching the true gospel, people hate seeing us. I get the looks every single time. We don't, even though I don't use a microphone, but I do project my voice. Let's go to Isaiah 58, because they said that in the video too. Even though he was using the microphone, but they're saying that people out in the street preaching they be loud in general. Isaiah 15:1, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. You see? And that's what we do out there. So when we tell these people about their sin, how wicked this place is, they get angry. Them demons start coming out. But man, in this video, I really wanted to touch on how this can lead to a famine of the word soon. Now, that video was made 2 weeks ago, and I understand it's probably like multiple videos talking about outlawing street teaching, but ever since, how more has it got to the point that you see the comments and people been making on videos, how people hate the camps, they despise the camps, and all that. So this leads me to how the famine of the word is gonna come soon. You see what I'm saying? And then we won't be out there giving you the true, the true knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the prophecies of what's to come. Because, like I said, no one can take a Christian. They're just out there preaching this universalism and love bullshit. They don't really teach the Bible. He just out there yelling scriptures he don't know nothing about. All right? So now I want to go to Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Because that's why we're telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you speck a bird scout abroad, go ahead and, repent back to your power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because it's only a matter of time before he shut his prophet's mouth. So this is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua power, that I would send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but to hearing the words of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And they shall wander from sea to sea, from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro, seek the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and shall not find it. And that day is coming very soon, and it's it's going up more and more. How those Ish people, even they send over 1,000 pastors over there to preach anti-Sem and all that. This damn, hey, they pushing the narrative, man. Because let's go to Matthew 24, verse 13. Salakia 14. Matthew 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom should be preached in the whole world for a witness unto all nations, then should the end come. Salakia. And that's what's really going on. Prophets coming to pass. You're seeing more pestilence, storms, earthquakes, people getting rowdy, demons getting routed up. This gospel is making the world go upside down. Let's go to Acts 17. Acts 17. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. 6. And when they found them not, that Drew, Jason, certain brethren under the rulers of the city, crying, these that have turned the world upside down, come hither also. And that's what's really going on. People is getting cut by the word, and it's going upside down. The true word of the Bible, because a lot of people don't really go deep in the Bible. They don't even far as read it and understand it. You see what I'm saying? Look at some more precepts on it. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 24. Because, man, like I said, actually, let's get Isaiah 33, Salakia, and 6. Because, Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge should be stability of thy times. The strength of salvation and the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is his treasure. And that's one thing, I do want to talk about fear of the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is his treasure. Because most of y'all don't fear it, y'all just tearing, taking your precious time. Y'all want to be like demons, and then you want to come on late. But it's going to be a point in time that'll be too late. Now let's go to Isaiah 55 and 6. Because time is short. You know what I'm saying? You don't got the times like the elders and apostles had before us. Coming in new to this knowledge. Hey, time is here. Time is here, but the end is closest. It's here. The digital ID being pushed out there. That's gradualism. That's one more step to the MOTB. You hearing rumors of war. Sooner or later, the word of the Bible will be outlawed. You see what I'm saying? Because more and more people waking up to the fact. Isaiah 55, verse 6, seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near. You see what I'm saying? He's near right now through who? Through the man of the Lord, his prophets. Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, power will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So right now, you got the man out there that's crying out loud. Let's go to Proverbs 1. I'm just following this point, Salakia. You got the men of the Lord out there that's crying out loud and giving you warning on what's to come, and you just forsaking everything. So let's get Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried off without. She uttered her voice in the streets. Like I said, I use that video not because of Christianity, part of my recommendation, but what they said towards the end of the video, when they said all different street preachings could be outlawed. It going against that freedom of speech, but they don't care. You see what I'm saying? I told you what was going on with the condom hats over there. You see what I'm saying? But wisdom cried out without. She uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief of place of concords, and opening the gates. In the city, she uttered her voice, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and scorneth the light, and their scorning? Fools hate knowledge. Turn ye and reprove. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and make known my words unto you. And how is he doing that? Through the man of the Lord, who's out there sighing and crying, the true man of the Lord. All right? Who praise the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Not ain't no JC word, Jabibis. None of that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Because that's loosely based off the Bible. They don't go deep into the scriptures. They can't break you down. They can't break down the mark of the beast correctly. They can't even tell you what is sin, man. Half of them fucking Christians. You see what I'm saying? Then we the real Christians, the Israelites, the first Christians. Christians mean the followers of the anointed one, the Hamashiach. Followers of the Hamashiach. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep going. First, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24. Because I've called, and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regardeth. But ye have set not on my counsel, and not on reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh. So that's going to happen to a lot of you Jakes, man, who don't want to repent and convert back. And once the feminine word hit, it's over. Jacob's trouble already here, but it's not magnified into its full potential yet. It's called, gradualism. It's going to be here, there a little, then it's going to get way more and more. Now let's go to Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 24, because ain't going to be no excuse. I should go to 2, because I think I got here for bear. Damn, maybe that's 3. Hold on. Come on, I forgot. Salakia. Damn, I know it's one. I think it's here for bear. Okay, Ezekiel 2. Oh, hold on. So Ezekiel 3. Okay, I was in the right chapter. What am I thinking? Salakia. Yeah, and go. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 11. And go, get thee to them of the captivity unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, tell them, this said the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, whether they hear or whether they will forbear. You see what I'm saying? So when we out there, preaching you the names of Yahweh Shemashah, and give you the breakdowns and the prophecy saying what's to come, because prophecy, just means speak before it happens, and you not taking heed to the word, that's on you. Because everybody knows about the Hebrew Israelites, all right? So now, let's go down a little bit and get Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 24. And then the Spirit entered to me and sat upon my feet, spake with me and said unto me, go shut thyself within thy house. But thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands up upon thee, and they shall bind thee from them, and they shall not go out among them, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, and they shall be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and they shall say unto them, this is the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, he that heareth, let him hear. He that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house. Because the gospel just means good news, and this is good news for you. You see what I'm saying? And it's for y'all, but y'all want to sit here and not take heed. But okay, it's gonna be a point in time that the family word gonna hit, and there'll be no more. So this is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they should seek peace, and there should be none. Mischief should come upon mischief, rumor shall be upon rumor. Then they should seek a vision of a prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients. You see what I'm saying? And the king shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed with desolation, and hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. And I will do unto them after their way, according to their deserts will I judge them, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So their judgment is going to be upon their hand, because it's going to be a point in time that, like I said, prophecy ain't going to be the prophecy no more. You're just going to be on your own. This is really talking about the king and princes represent the wealthy Israelites too. You see what I'm saying? The ones who don't want to seek out the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because when you got that money like that, you ain't seeking out the Lord. You ain't humble like that. You see what I'm saying? You full of pride. I think that's mainly it. But yeah, Lord, when you find that edifying, you got something from it. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. I want to give all glory praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Shalom.